Now we're on page 12, and it says Chocolate Dreams. And the caption here is, Hershey was fascinated by invention, so he loved attending events such as the World's Columbian Exposition. Most Americans living during the late 1800s, that means like 1890, 1880s, had never heard of chocolate. Can you believe it that people would never have heard of chocolate? The first time Hershey saw chocolate being made was in 1893 at the World's Columbian Exposition. Oh, this is important because this is how he got the idea for chocolate, I think. This gathering of exhibits was held in Chicago, Illinois. Ooh, that's neat. It's right around here. One exhibit displayed some special machines from Germany. They were used to make chocolate. When Hershey tasted what the chocolate-making machines had created, he felt inspired. Oh, that's our vocab word, is inspired. He wanted to start a new business making chocolate. In the past, chocolate had been expensive to make, so only wealthy people had been able to buy it. But Hershey wanted to make chocolate a treat that everyone could afford to enjoy. Ooh, that's important because that is the reason why he had to make it, because we're supposed to look at why did the inventor want to make their invention, and that's the answer right there. So help me to remember that that's what we were learning. Hershey bought the German chocolate equipment and put it in his caramel factory in Lancaster. There, Hershey experimented until he found the right method for making his chocolate. He began using the chocolate to coat his caramels. He also produced cocoa powder and unsweetened baking chocolate. Hershey was on his way to great success. Here's a caption, and it says, it takes many steps to turn cocoa beans into chocolate. At the factory, cocoa bean roasters are the first machines used in the process. Well, that probably helped him because if you make your own cocoa beans and if you do your own roasting and make your own powder, then you have to buy it from somewhere else. I forgot what that's called. Lateral something, or I forgot. It's some sort of business model where you own a bunch of the stuff that makes the thing. Here we go. This is about how he fell in love, so I don't think we need that part. Sweet Success is page 16. Sweet Success. Meanwhile, Hershey wanted to figure out how to make milk chocolate. This treat was a guarded secret in Europe, so there were no recipes to follow. Hershey moved his chocolate equipment to the farm where he had been born. There at the homestead, he could work in secret. Hershey spent years working on his recipe. Well, I didn't know that it would take him years to work on his recipe. Eventually, his hard work and countless attempts paid off. Hershey was the first American to develop a milk chocolate formula. In 1900, Hershey introduced the milk chocolate Hershey bar. Ooh, that's one of his inventions that we're learning about, is the Hershey bar. This treat only cost customers 5 cents. At first, the chocolate spoiled quickly, so the bars were only sold in Lancaster. It says, today's chocolate making process has not changed from the original. Well, we did learn that it changed because they don't have people doing it by hand. They have a lot of machines doing it, but probably the recipe has not changed at all. Eventually, Hershey's company perfected its milk chocolate formula. Soon, Hershey bars were sold all around the country. Ooh, that's another one of our questions, is where was it sold? Hershey's chocolate business grew so successful that he needed to expand his operation, so Hershey began looking for a new factory location. He thought it would be best to be close to Pennsylvania dairy farms. That would make it easier to get all the milk he needed for his chocolate. Ooh, he does have a lot of good business ideas. He's roasting his own beans, and he is moving close to where the dairy farms would be. Hershey realized he was more interested in chocolate than in caramel. So in August 1900, he sold the Lancaster Caramel Company for $1 million. Wow, that's probably like a lot. That was a huge amount of money in those days. Hershey would soon invest it all into building his chocolate empire. It says here in the caption, after Hershey perfected his milk chocolate formula, more products emerged. Hershey's Kisses debuted in 1907. Hershey's syrup was first sold in 1926. So we're doing the Hershey Kisses special on just that. All right, this is very interesting.